H-Town, we ready. H-Town, Texans, fans, family, friends, foes alike. It's your boy Blastoff. We back again, man. Real Texans talk. Hey, man, what can I say? It's been a crazy week. A lot of information has been coming out about the league. We got injuries. We have, updated standings, new drama, and we got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Goliath, standing in our way, guys. We back, man. Man, it's bittersweet, and it's just what you would expect. This high heart drama in the league currently right now. Your Houston Texans 7-5. Last left you, we were running into the Indianapolis Colts, and we went in there and took care of business. Beat them guys 16-20 in a defensive showcase that saw, your Houston Texans keep a team in the Indianapolis Colts that averaged over 30 points a game. Under 60, held them to 16 points. Held, a running back that's number one in the league, averaging over, 100 yards per game. The guy we held him to 80 under 100 yards, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, the Houston Texans is never easy with us. Is never cut and dry. We can't win 13, 14 games straight out, lock up the number one seed. We got to have this heartbreaking drama. But I will say it again, as I said it before, I believe that this team is a team of destiny. And I honestly believe that this is a now or never situation with your Houston Texans, man, coming out, of this tough AFC, where we have the Indianapolis Colts sitting at 8-4, the Jacksonville Jaguars sitting at 8-4. We right underneath at 7-5. And today we're gonna go over a little bit of what happened, in Indy, which led to us, being in this spot currently that we sit in right now, which is we control our own destiny, and things are lining up for us to go ahead and win the AFC South quite strongly, possibly win the AFC South. We have a Sunday night matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs, who we currently are at 0-5 in the last 5 games with those guys. I think the last time we've beat them was Deshaun Watson's Texans in 2019. And we'll take a look at, what it's going to take to win out there. We have everything that we need. We need some things that aren't up to par with other things, meaning that the offense isn't up to par with the defense. We're going to need them to step up and play their position. We're going to need, we're going to need Stroud to put his big boy pants on. And I have a couple of interesting stats for you guys. I'm going to spew out here in a couple of bit to say that I would much rather have this offense sitting in the position that it is in currently, because it's just a matter of tweaking things with those guys. The offensive line has been playing pretty good as of late. The defense has been consistently good, pretty much historically good in Texas franchise history. This is, I can't argue with anybody that would say that this is the best defense, not only in franchise history, but one of the best defenses through 12, 13 weeks to play in the NFL. And I want to state again that it's not the defense that defense wins championships. We have enough on offense that I know it's now or never, guys. And that's why the title of this episode today is now or never. With everything that's going on with, how the league is shaping out, you have the normal top teams in the league currently fighting for their playoff lives. Currently. On the verge of elimination, teams that you wouldn't have expected on the verge of not making the playoffs, that would normally stand in your way. And then you have other teams that surprised like hell this year that you didn't see coming out. And hey, from my point of view, I don't understand how anybody could not see that this stage is setting up for anybody to take hold. And I'm gonna go in and say why I believe that your Houston Texans can take over this entire setup and run the table and go ahead and win out. You know, it's basically the opportunity is right in your face, guys. It's right in our face. All these boys have to do is just wake this sleeping giant of an offense up. They got to just get on the same page. It doesn't take much, and they've been playing decent as of late. They moved from the bottom of the league in scoring to currently they sit at top. They currently sit at the top. They sit at 21. They working their way towards the middle of the pack. But that's all that we've been asking for. Hey guys, they're averaging 21 points a game. That's all that head coach DeMeco Ryans is asking for his offense is to just give him 21 points. He stated it several times. Hey guys, just give me 21, 24, 20, give me something I can use. And a defense who's giving up, number one defense in the league is giving up only 16 points per game, 16 and a half a game. And with that, I got to give them boys a round of applause on that, man, because that's crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to them boys, man. Before we really get into it, man, I gotta give a shout out to one of the most important people on this team that we all know. If it hadn't been for this guy, who knows where we would have been. And he was handed the reins, and the guy, took his opportunity, and not only did he showcase top quality running backs, or why he is a top quality running back. Excuse me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Shout out to bro, man. You threw me off. What's up, bro? Why is he a top quality backup? The guy, and congratulations to bro, man. He won the tickets, man, to the Cardinals game. So he will be going to the Cardinals game on December the 14th, man. The brother followed the rules of the contest, and congratulations on that. But anyway, back to the conversation at hand. Davis Mills, we got to give Davis Mills his credit, man, for his huge contribution to winning 3 games in a row. Gardner's general, being a field general, a quality backup. You won't find many quality backups that's that dedicated to a team. Supposedly turned down a contract from the Cincinnati Bengals to stay here. And that just tells a lot that he believes in this. It tells that the vibes of the team are great and excellent. And, the dude, this wouldn't be possible with many other backups in the league right now, where your backup comes in, wins 3 necessary, cannot lose games. You cannot drop the games. And it was beautiful that he was able to turn this thing from a 3 and what was it, guys? 3 and what were we? 3 and 5 situation, and we able to come back up and win 4 straight. And now we sitting at 7 and 4, 7 and 5. Kudos to Davis Mills, man. Big shout out to Davis Mills, man. Big shout out, man. This is what Davis Mills is credit, bro. We couldn't do it without him, man. Shout out to him. The guy went 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. The guy was playing so well, according to Texans fans, that it stirred up a bunch of controversy. And I don't know if you guys tap into the Real Texans Talk when I drop them shorts in those videos, but I got a pulse of the fan base. We had a couple of fans, man, and a couple of fans around social media that were on the mindset of Davis Mills is better fit for this team. He needs to take over the keys. C.J. Stroud was down with a concussion, and Davis Mills stepped in nicely, and the offense seemed to move, and they got on the right track. When Davis Mills came in, he threw 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, man. But let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it confused. CJ Stroud was much better quarterback. And I'll point out a couple of reasons why that was all blasphemy. Davis Mills came in, and over the course of those 3 games, 3 and maybe 3.5 games if they count that Broncos, he completed 58.7% of his passes, which is okay. But a stat that I want to point out is that your quarterback, CJ Stroud, under pressure is second in the league under pressure at completing 60% of his passes under pressure, guys. So CJ Stroud's under pressure numbers, completion percentage, is better than Davis Mills under pressure. Davis Mills completion percentage period over the course of those 3 games. So that's just very telling on how accurate, how athletic, how special your quarterback is, that when he's blitzed. And that's another thing that's going to come into play here when we go to Kansas City. I got an interesting fact that I want to point out on that as well. But, I got some notes here that I took down. I got to give a couple of people credit. Shout out to, I don't know if you guys check out this one podcast. Ross Bolin is the host of the Bang in the Can, and he stated that that Davis Mills has looked better in the system, but the thing was that CJ didn't have, in my personal opinion, my argument against that would be that CJ, they didn't have that offense. They started to figure that offensive line out around Davis Mills, and Davis Mills is a savvy veteran. So by Davis Mills being the veteran that he is, he was able to, navigate the pocket, I think, a little bit better in his 3 starts. He was able to get rid of the ball, make it easy on the offensive linemen. And I think that maybe CJ probably was a bit traumatized and untrustworthy, and who could blame him of that offensive line and the pieces and what they were doing with that offensive line at the time. Davis Mills, would get rid of the ball quicker, would not take as many sacks, and when he see pressure coming, he would throw the ball into the dirt. And I think that CJ picked that up, because there is a play I have to show you guys where CJ, a free runner was coming at him last week, and usually when he would try to just force that play, and he still made some plays where he tried to force the issue, and some was beneficiary to us. But there was one where the runner was just dead right at him, and he tossed the ball in the dirt. And that's when I clapped. I'm like, he's learning. So hopefully, because CJ didn't have to sit behind anyone. He came right in starting, and sitting for these rookies, man, when they come in is very, very valuable. And so when you throw these QBs in the fire like that, it's some tips and tricks that they just don't pick up, because they don't have those, reps in their mind, and they should be getting those reps in their mind, in practice. You would hope so. You would hope they would get these reps in their mind during practice. But, he had a chance to sit for 4 weeks, and watch as, Davis Mills, guided us to a 3 game victory, man. And man, shout out to Davis Mills, because that scramble that he had in the 4th quarter that won the game against the Jaguars was everything, and that turned the tide of the season. That was one of the most important plays of thus far this season, when Davis Mills was able to do that. But CJ, he came back, this past Sunday versus the Colts, and he played fairly well. He was 22 of 35, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, completing, like I say, completing over 60% of his passes, 65, 66% of his passes. And, why it wasn't pretty, I got to get it, because the first half, I think everybody that was watching that game, they had to be pissed. For the first half, everybody that was watching that game was like, oh boy, I can see it all over Twitter, some of your prominent Twitter voices, and I was myself like, come on, what the WTFs? What's up, bro? You know, but he was able to knock that rust off in the first half. In the second half, he came back and the ball and the offense was moving more. And I think they started to lean more into their run game because the defense was doing all they could do to stop this prolific offense of the Indianapolis Colts, who, you know, people don't want to give them credit because they really didn't play many good opponents. They did beat the Broncos. They did clear the Broncos, but, you know, the Falcons. But, I mean, those guys were leading the league in points per game. They number one in the league in points per game, and you held them. That average is over 30. I think they were averaging like 32, and they had the number one offense. And you held the number one rusher in the league to under 100 yards. And people were giving Kalen Bullock some shit about when he said, hey, man, all we got to do is stop Jonathan Taylor. That's their offense. And, hey, that seemed to be true. That seemed to be what the case was. You know, that seemed to be that these boys are playing more disciplined than we've ever seen them. And usually, like, we see them fold under pressure. But for the past 4 weeks, these guys have been making, this defense has turned into somewhat of a diamond in the past 4 or 5 weeks with their ability to, you know, keep consistently win these games and hold these teams, and now and the offense is doing just enough to get us what they ask. They're doing what they ask, and I think that they can get. We all know it ain't no thinking. They can get better, and I think that they will get better. I think, and I think that the offensive line, the configuration that they have now, which I'm kind of worried about, because I seen on the injury report today. Today, Friday's injury report that Trent Brown, who's been playing very, very well at right tackle, man, is, you know, he didn't practice today. I think he has a hand injury. And Kamari Lassiter, who I heard was at practice earlier, I seen him on the practice injury list of did not practice again, and that doesn't look good. He has a foot injury. Shout out to Brandon Haslam. Brandon Haslam, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Let me read a couple of these comments right quick. Bro man says, yeah, it's a big difference in the gameplay. Yeah, man, it's been a big difference in the gameplay, especially if you're going back to when Davis Mills was playing. I think that just woke the offense up. I think that gave CJ an awakening moment to see, hey, look, you know, I need to be better. I got the city stirred up, controversy, and I'm the starting person. Hey, lock your job in, bro. Do what you've been doing your whole life. You've been the underdog, you know, since the what is that, Elite 11 league and whatnot. So, you know, keep that consistent, man. And Brandon says Will bends around the defender on the Jonathan Taylor tackle was insane. Oh yeah, man. I was looking at some highlights and clips last night. And Will was in his bag, man. And the stats didn't show up in Sunday's game. I think they had 1 sack on Daniel Jones, but the pressure was crazy. And Daniel Jones couldn't get comfortable the whole time he played that game. And hey, they're gonna argue about penalties that were called or weren't called against us that were called. Hey, it went both ways, man. And you know, we got to get ready for something like that this Sunday. We just got to play a clean game. But you know, getting back to it, Nico in that game went 5 for 98 and the rushing touchdown. Hey man, Nico Collins, and I know y'all, if y'all been following the news on the Texans, Nico Collins has been wrecking. You know, he's been wrecking the Colts, man. Nico's been wrecking the Colts, man. he's almost like to the Colts what T.Y. Hilton was to us, man. I used to hate to see that T.Y. Man, that guy used to kill us, man. And Nico is you know, he's averaging 139 yards per game out there in Indianapolis, man. and Nico and CJ, you know, they owning the Colts right now. They're 3-0 out there so far in the last 3 games, and in important games too. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, man, we taking care of business. We're 4-1 in the division. We're 4-1 in the division currently where we sit, and that's what matters the most. Everybody else got losses. I think that the Jags are 2-2, or you know, and the Colts are 2-2, or something like that, or 3-1, whatever the case. You know, we are taking care of business in the division, which is very, very important. And which was, if you were going to have a start like the way you started when we were, you know, 2-3 games under 500, you have to take care of business at least within your division. And those were important games that, you know, we can't drop. You know, Higgins went 5 for 65. You know, Higgins is coming on, man. And you're starting to see why. And I kind of wonder about Jalen Noel. He's a great kick returner. He's gonna break one. He's gonna have him. I think he's gonna have him a feature game. It's gonna take a feature game from him this week in Kansas City. You're gonna have to surprise him again. Like I said previously with the rookies, man, you got to bring your elements of surprise because they got on tape what you like to do. Jalen Noel, we know he can play. We know he's dynamic, athletic, quick, shifty, tough. I think you're gonna have to introduce him again as an element of surprise in this week's game. You know, against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think you're gonna have to introduce Jalen Noel again, get some surprise plays. Nick Caley has been getting better and better at calling these plays. You know, he's been getting better and better. It's building. It's building. And I think that he's building his confidence and, you know, just continue to, you know, like, hey, we saw the tush push. And I was surprised. I don't recall us ever having, maybe I missed a play or something in these past few weeks, but I was glad to see these guys, even though it didn't work like they wanted to work and they fell short of getting that first down on those 4th and short runs that they had, which is, they're going to have to practice that more because that's a testament to your offensive line's push. Then they're going to have to move that ball, man. They're going to have to move that ball when they need a yard. They're not the Texans aren't the best. They probably bottom of the league when it's converting 4th and shorts, man. I'm almost certain. You had the tush push at 4th and 1 twice, and they couldn't get it. And but me personally, I wasn't mad at that call. Maybe he could have switched it up on that second try, did something different. But just to know that they're willing to do things differently than before and they implement new things. I like that part of the game. I think that it's you know, a very valuable aspect of the game that they're willing to try to tush push. I mean, I love to see that. You know, I was loving to see that. Dalton Schultz went 7 catches for 55 yards. Dalton Schultz having a quiet good year, and his blocking has improved. You know, they've been getting on his ass about the blocking and Woody Marks. Can't say enough about him. They got blocks like a veteran, and I love Woody Marks, man. You know, Woody, he just been Mr. Reliable. When you need it, he goes and gets it. That's what I love about Woody, man. When you need it, Woody goes to go get it, man. You know, Woody had a bunch of short runs in the 4th quarter that were game sealing. You know, Woody's runs in the 4th quarter were game sealing drives that sealed the 4th quarter, sealed the end of the game against the Colts. That we could just run the clock out. And it doesn't matter if he's not busting those big runs out. I believe those are gonna come. But Woody's ability to find just the littlest bits of spaces and his IQ and when he's running between the tackles is great. Because I mean, the guy, he just constantly converts these you know, these short yardage touch when you need them. He did it last week in the Buffalo Bills game. 2 weeks ago, he did it. He closed out the Buffalo Bills with some good short yardage runs that were just important to us to close out the game. Him and Chubb showing up. It's the tough yards, man. Like I say, and like I say, Nico went 5 receptions for 98 yards and a rushing touchdown. And congratulations to him making franchise history as the second player in Texans history with 90+ receiving yards and a rushing touchdown in a game. So that's major. That's real major, guys. Nico, Mr. Consistent, and we can all say that I admit that the first 2 or 3 years, I didn't really know if Nico would pan out because he stayed injured and, these quarterbacks weren't getting him the ball like they should have in the beginning, before he got a real quarterback. So, I mean, with that aspect of it, we got these wide receivers. We got we have everything we need on this offense to get it turned around, man. Jaden Higgins, remember, y'all don't forget, Jaden Higgins was the first player, I believe, in history to receive as a second-round pick to receive a guaranteed contract. And he's starting to show why. He has to work on his toe tapping ability. He had a couple of catches in the game that should have been, first downs, but he stepped out of bounds. But he's working on that. But we getting ready to go into Kansas City, and that's going to be a place where we know we don't win often. We know we don't win often in Kansas City, but this is what you're going to need. This is how we're going to beat these guys. These guys are hobbled. Kansas City has currently one of their offensive line, I think they left the right tackle or left tackle went on IR. They got 3 starters out on their offensive line. Will and Daniil, they're going to eat. All you got to do, as we seen in the Super Bowl, when the Eagles, clamped up Patrick Mahomes, is just get the pressure on them. And with that offensive line being banged up like that, that's going to be plenty of opportunities to keep those guys scoring low. But you got to remember, Arrowhead is one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. So we're going to have to keep Arrowhead quiet by making plays, shutting them down. And this could be a game where we turn, up early. We have the ability to turn up early out there. I believe this defense can. We didn't win up against the number 1 offense, if you want to call the coach that, but based off their strength of schedule. Because now I believe that they're going to drop. They're going to drop some games, man. Those guys, the coach still have the Jags twice, Seahawks, 49ers, and they got to play us to end the game to close the season out. And that's a brutal schedule by any metric, to go have to face that after you started such an easy schedule. But they did what they were supposed to do pretty much early on, which got them at the top of the league at one point. But the Colts, I don't know. I find it hard to believe that they went out. They're going to split one of them games at the bare minimum with the Jaguars. I see the they possibly could lose against the 49ers and the Seahawks. And then they gotta come here and play us again. They got to come here and play us again. So I could possibly see them, they possibly could split with the Jags and lose out. I don't see them coming here beating us. It's gonna be it'd probably be a game for the division, possibly. I don't know. Division champs. I seen Ryan Fitzpatrick quote that he think that we're gonna win the division in the last game of the season. He predicted this early on. He says that he think we're gonna finish 11-6. So by my metrics, that means that we got KC, Cardinals. I'm gonna go down and see what I see as a win. We got KC, which is probably the only other game on this schedule that we possibly could lose. The Chargers are failing. Cardinals, news just came out that Kyler Murray, he won't return. His foot, whatever injury he had with his foot, is not progressing like they want. So Kyler Murray is shut down for the season. So KC is the only other game I could see. As KC, we just got to go off of history. And the refs, it's just so hard to win out that place when all you got to do is breathe on old Patty Mahomes, and you got a flag thrown at you. And these are going to be the keys. I know as bad as Will and Stingley and them guys have come out and said everything's right in front of us. These guys want it now. I'm telling you right now, the way they're playing, the way they let you know in that Jacksonville Jaguars game that they want it right now. They believe in themselves right now. So I'm, without a doubt, going to be on the same line of thinking that I believe they are, and that they're going to go out there and try to play a clean game. They're going to try to go out there and play a clean game without penalties. I know D'Amico is preaching, don't let the refs beat you. Don't let the refs beat you. The keys to victory out there in Kansas City, don't let the refs beat you for number one. Don't let Travis Kelce beat you. He's on his, a lot of folks are saying this is Travis Kelce's, quite possibly Travis Kelce's last season. He may retire after this. You never know. I could see that. But don't let Travis Kelce, who's been a Texan killer, man, don't let him beat you. The last time we played him, Azeez had just returned from his suspension. I think he maybe had played one game prior, but he had just returned in the playoffs from that game that I think it was 3 or 4 game suspension that he faced when he had that illegal hit on Trevor Lawrence. And they blew some coverages in the playoffs against Travis Kelce. And I remember thinking to Azeez specifically, like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you over here? He's over there. And you're supposed to be covering him. We didn't have Jimmy Ward. Tank Dell was lost that first game. Azeez didn't play that first game when we were and see, the butterfly effect is real. I believe, who knows what would have happened if who knows what would have happened if Azeez had been in that first game. Tank Dell may have not even gotten hurt. You got to think that I'm saying that only because Azeez may have made a play or been somewhere and did something that may have forced another down or something, and that play that was called that got Tank hurt may have not even happened. So hindsight is 20/20, but I'm just going at it that, like, hey, these guys mean, these guys have the players missing has a big effect on what happens. Jimmy Ward wasn't there. I think Shaq Mason had got injured the first play of that game in that first game, or second play or something like that. So things just was all messed up. You had a lot of guys just go out. We had lost like 2 or 3 players that one game, man. But we just got to go out there in Kansas City and take care of business. Look at them like I said before. You have a job to do. As a defensive player, you have a job to do. Coach, I know he's probably telling, this is how he teaches these guys. You have a job to do. You don't worry about what the score is. We don't worry about what the call was. If they flag somebody, just pick it up. We got to keep fighting. You got to keep clawing. You got to keep going at them. You got to keep going, keep going. Coach showed them a video again, and he showed these guys this video for a reason, man. Coach, this guy if he not going to be, these guys go and win the division after being down. If they don't get this man coach of the year, this is going to be a travesty, man. I believe this is going to happen. If he win this division, they make it to the playoffs, he should be voted as coach of the year, man. The guy showed the team, and this is his idea. He showed the team, right, that's right. Bro man says that's big facts. Everything works hand in hand. That's right, bro. And they playing complimentary football. It ain't pretty right now. It ain't gonna never be pretty. We at war in the NFL. Grown men, Spartans, warriors, man. You're gonna lose some of your best soldiers. You're gonna, we got some breaking news that Tim settled out. for the season yesterday with a broken foot or foot injury. He's going to require some surgery, so he's going to be out. You know, for the remainder of the season. And Tim Settle, while he didn't jump off the stat line, Tim Settle was affecting the game on the. He was one of the guys that consistently brought pressure, and he was a leader, a young leader on that team, on his team. You know, a young leader. He's gonna be missed, but they say he should be back full healthy 2026 to start the season. So thank you, Tim Settle, for all you have contributed to this team this year, bro. You've done enough. Sit back, relax. We got depth. One thing I saw, we got Mario Edwards, Foley Fatakasi, Tommy Togia. We got some damn good depth on this team, bro, and names that get called. We had Malik Collins at one point, but he lost. I think he's out for the season. And he went to the 49ers. He was good back when he played for us, 2 years ago? A year ago? Whatever it was, 2 years ago? But we got Tommy Togia, Foley Fatakasi, Mario Edwards, Danico Autry. Danico showed up on the injury report. He didn't practice today. I hope he's all right. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a big loss for us as far as that depth goes. But I think that we got the veterans and name callers that you hear on a consistent basis. I'm glad Tommy, he's a beast. Foley Fatakasi, he's just coming back from injury. You know, he can get back in form. Name was constantly calling the defensive line. So, you know, these guys are warriors. You're gonna lose in the war. You're gonna lose some of your good soldiers. When warriors in battles, you lose some of your good soldiers, but you still got to keep on fighting. We still got to keep on fighting. You still got to keep on believing, and that's one of the things that I think that this team is built of. D'Amico Ryans, I'm going back to what I was starting to say when I was trying to make my point, and I said this again, and I love this aspect of it, and I watched the video. I should have clipped the video and posted up here. I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find it and show it to you guys. But he showed these guys a video of a one-armed boxer. Well, he wasn't one-armed, but he had dislocated his shoulder. He fought with one arm and didn't give up and caught the guy slipping and knocked him out. And I said this maybe last episode or whatever, but that means things, man. That is representative of this defense, if you ask my opinion. You know, D'Amico's defense, man, currently, they number one in the league, holding teams to holding teams to 16 and a half a game. You know, holding the points, that's number one in the league. Holding opponents to 91 yards rushing, 92 yards rushing a game, and they holding opponents to 174 passing yards per game. This is on par with that 2010, 2012. Hey, J.J. Watt was the Texans defense back in those times, 2012, 2011. You know, Brian Cushing, those guys were the defense. But these guys, they play as a cohesiveness. They got a cohesiveness to the way that they play. And it's complementary football here, guys. It's complementary football. The special teams has been dominant. They kind of lacking as of late when they gave up that big run, you know, in the Buffalo Bills game. Everybody was pissed off at them about that. But you know, the thing that the good problem that we have, that I would consider the good problem that we have, is the fact that the defense. See, when you got a problem on defense, to me, what we have, where we're missing pieces, and you're missing, you know, just like how safety Jalen Reed went out and he was playing well as a rookie, and, you know, Jalen Petrie slided in there. You got Kalen Bullock on the other side. It all works out. And then they bring Miles Bryant in when, you know, Petrie was out for a while and Miles Bryant, but, you know, the depth is there. But I'm not as worried about this defense anymore. That's when I believe you have a problem, when you can't stop these teams from scoring points. Stop these teams from scoring points. Stop them. Stop them from scoring points. Defense wins championships. We've all heard that saying, defense wins championships. You can win with a dominant defense and a manager at quarterback. And I'm not saying Stroud is a manager, but Davis Mills surely is. And we saw this defense carried us 3 games with a true defined game manager. And I think that Davis Mills deserves to start somewhere soon. You know, I believe that Davis Mills deserves to start. I believe that given the chance, Davis Mills can become some team's Matt Schaub. Matt Schaub, our franchise leading passer in yards, was a backup in Atlanta behind Michael Vick before he came here, and was as a dominant quarterback. I believe that for Davis Mills, man. But that's all we need. We don't need CJ to play hero ball. We don't need CJ to, try to save the day with big plays. Just protect the ball, protect the lead. He had an interception this past game that was kind of head scratching. He overthrew, the receiver, and it was picked off. And, it's things like that. You can't go into Kansas City doing and thinking that we're going to be able to win. You're not going to be able to. You got Chris Jones and Karlaftis George Karlaftis coming at you. They're going to be hungry. Those are guys that can wreck the game. Those are guys that you got to key in on. And I don't know what they're going to do, because I hope, and I know that, and the rookie I trust in Ariante Ursary, I trust in the rookie Ariante Ursary, but, it's going to be a tough, long damn day if that boy got to go up against Chris Jones by himself. Hey, do anybody have any disagreements in what I'm saying on that? Let me know, chat, because that's going to be a matchup that I'm going to be concerned about. That's a matchup that I'm watching if Chris Jones against Ariante Ursary. Hey, you do this right, you can submit yourself, young man. You can submit yourself. Submit yourself as a top rookie offensive tackle in the league. Earn your paycheck, buddy. You earn your paycheck. These are games where you make your name at. These are games where this team can show their new identity. All those 5 games we lost, DeMeco has the chance now, because if the Chiefs lose, their chances to make the playoffs go down to like 11%, under 20% for sure, if they lose this game. If we win this game, our chances to make the playoffs go up to, 70, 80% to make the playoffs. If we lose, I figure they say that we going down to like 30, 40, 50% or 50% or something like that, which is not bad. But we don't want to lose this game. That, Coach Andy Reid came out and said that, because their backs are against the wall, and this is a dangerous Chiefs team. He says he's planning on his team tickling other teams' tonsils going forward. Now, read between the lines yourself, everybody. Read between the lines. What does tickle another team's tonsils mean? I don't know. I have no idea, but I know how you can tickle somebody's tonsils. That's you putting something down the damn throat. They talking about putting something down teams' throats. What he talking about putting down? Use your imagination. But I don't want to be the front page of the NFL Monday morning. We got our tonsils tickled. The Chiefs, they lose. Yeah, their playoff chances go down 11 to 12%, man. I think the keys to win that game is just stop Patrick Mahomes, because we've been susceptible to the QB runs. Don't sleep on it now. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep now. We've got everything in front of us. We control our destiny. I said, I asked the question, are the Texans a team of destiny? I believe so. Stop Patrick Mahomes from busting out the big runs, man. Especially through the center of that defensive line. The edges, he ain't going to be able to so much get around those guys. Those guys play those edges well. Real and Daniil, they play those edges well, man. But don't let, like I say, don't let Travis Kelce beat you. Watch Travis Kelce. Aziz? You know, hey, Aziz, lock in, bro. I know they're gonna lock him in on there. If he needs some help, you know, get some help to help him. Maybe Petrie, underneath him is, do what you got to do. Stop Kelsey, and I would make them and Rashee Rice. He's been having a good season. Got to stop Rashee. And the deep threat. We got to stop the deep threat. We have a playoff history. Let's go. I had picked up some interesting stats over the course of the past what's this 14 years. The Texans, every time they've made the playoffs, this is how it's went. In 2024, we lost in the divisional round, which was last year to the Kansas City Chiefs. 2023, we lost in the divisional round, Baltimore Ravens. 2019, we lost in the divisional round, Kansas City Chiefs. 2018, we lost that wild card. I believe that was to the Colts. 2016, we lost the divisional round. I don't remember who that was. 2015, we lost the wild card. 2012, and I believe that 2015 season, we lost the wild card to the Chiefs. That's when Tyreek Hill, I think that's when they were emerging. They were just emerging. Yep. We lost that to the Chiefs. They came in here, I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, and we lost in the wild card round to the Chiefs. 2012, we lost in the divisional. 2011, we lost in the divisional. So we just got to make it past the divisional round, guys. And that's not the goal here. We have way much more than that. But what else could you say, man? The stats are in front of you. Divisional, wild card, divisional. We got to be able to cross that hump. So to do that, we're not going to lean on the offense. We're going to lean on this defense, and all we need is CJ to just be 90%, 80% of himself, of who he was his rookie year. Just protect the ball. That first one, correct me if I'm wrong. Tom Brady's first championship, he was a game manager. He protected the ball. I should have went back and got the stats. But he protected the ball, and they was able to win, basically off the defense. But again, man, the time is now. We got CJ Stroud coming up on a huge contract next year, possibly. He's in contract negotiations. Will Anderson's in contract negotiations. You got these guys that came in, 2 years ago. They got to get paid. And they've been playing like they want to get paid. We gonna have this is, and then you're gonna have to start looking at, you got two guys you got to pay possibly prolifically at the same time. And you're gonna have to make some business decisions on some of these people, man. We ain't gonna be able to keep everybody. You got some of these defensive tackles, they may walk. You got some of these linebackers, they may walk. But with the defense, man, I'm just amazed at how dominant they have been, and they ain't showing no quit. And I'm not worried about this offense as so much as if it was the defensive problem, because I believe that this is the first time that we have this level of defense with a quarterback who can take you there. He's not just a backup that's got us to the playoffs. He's not, where we got Deshaun, who was prolific. And I believe, hindsight is 2020, but with this defense, who knows what the level of, Deshaun consistently led the league in passing yards and things when he was on the team, especially that 2019 year. And he make things out of nothing. So Deshaun can get you 27, 28 points easily. DeAndre Hopkins can get you that easily. Watch out for Xavier Worthy over the top this coming Sunday night. you know, as long as they understand the history, but don't let the history overtake them coming into Sunday night, I believe that these guys it shouldn't be a mental thing. I don't think it's a mental thing with these guys. I don't think it's a mental thing. I think they pissed off. I think they want to go make a statement. I think this is the game to go make a statement, you know. And it's hard to see. You can see all the pundits and writing us off again. I think only one on the NFL game picks, Bucky Brooks chose us this time. Everybody else went to the Chiefs. Hey, can you blame him? You can't blame him. We ain't went out there and show that we can win. You got to win the big games. But this team, I'm sincere, guys, when I say that I believe with this team, these guys can go all the way, man. And I think they can go out there in Kansas City and get a lead on these guys. And if they can keep that pressure on Patrick Mahomes, but you got to know Andy Reid is a genius. And that's the one thing that's the X factor there. You know, but the good thing is you got a two-headed monster here that's putting their heads together and they shutting the league down. Literally. Matt Burke, DeMeco Ryans, they are putting their heads together. Matt Burke is calling great defensive plays. And hey, you know, it's working. And so they're going to have to go up against the offensive mind of Andy Reid. And I know he's going to have stuff in his bag. He's going to have chip blockers and everything. He's going to have those guys ready and prepared to go up against Will. You never know, man. Andy Reid is a smart guy. He's going to have something said. I know he's missing 3 of his starting offensive linemen, but you best believe he's coming up with some kind of game plan. But I don't know that this game plan and these personnel that he have are enough to overcome the relentlessness of Danielle and Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. With the ferocity and the depth they have in the defensive tackles, man, you know, they're going to get the ball out quick. And just watch out for Patty Mahomes and scrambles and do your best not to blow on this guy. No tackles low, you know, no face masks. We got away with one that I know they could call it, and I seen someone else say that the head has to twist. And in the game against the Colts, Kalen had his hand in Jonathan Taylor's face mask, and it was there, and it was like there, but he didn't twist it. It didn't get caught. I didn't see that grip maybe that they were looking for. You didn't see that grip lock in, and I seen it. You know, he had it's like he just had his hands on his face, but it was on the face mask. But he didn't look like he was so much as gripping his face mask. You didn't see that twist that you wanted. But man, an interesting stat I came across was that. Man, the Chiefs, they are bottom of the league. The Kansas City Chiefs are bottom in the league when it comes to bringing pressure. When they bring pressure, they're bottom in the league and getting to the quarterback and causing that breakup. Now, for the past 2023 season, 24, 22 season, they were first, second, and third when they brought pressure. To get into the quarterback and disrupting the play. And hey, CJ had 8 sacks. I think it was in the playoff game or the game before. They sacked him like 8 times. George Kalafdis went off. But these guys are bottom of the league, very bottom, when they bring pressure. And CJ, interesting stat, is second in the league when he's facing pressure of completion percentage. So this, to me, is one of the biggest factors of the game this weekend, this Sunday night. If they can't get to him and they trying to bring pressure, they blitz him. And I know they're going to try to blitz him because they think that's his weakness, because that's how they beat him every time. They're going to probably do some stunts, chips. Are they going to try everything that they can do? They're going to try some stunts, whatever. I know we're going to try to chip him, whatever, who knows, but that's I don't think people are talking about that enough, how the fact that the Chiefs are dead last, if not bottom 2 or dead last in bringing pressure, the effect that they have it on the quarterback. And CJ is second in the league when he's facing pressure. He's 60% of his passes. He's completing 60% of his passes when he's facing pressure. So I think that's why I say I honestly believe that if the game plan is right, Nick Caley is in his bag, we can jump up early on these guys and we can not look back. We can make a statement beating on the Chiefs, bro. It's set up to do that. It's just the environment. It's just the mindset. It's just getting over the mental aspect of what we got to do when we get out there. But everybody's blocking better now. The last few weeks, Texans defense has been at the near top in protection, in pass protection. Hey, this is at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. Nick Caley getting your bag. One thing I'm worrying about, Woody Marks, he didn't practice again today. I don't know if he's going to play. He had a foot injury, and he ran hard, man, and he got rolled up on one of those plays, but he still came back in the game and was able to close out that game. He may have some swelling or something. I don't know. We'll know by tomorrow, by Sunday, what that's going to look like. But if that's the case, I don't know if he's going to play. Kamari Lassiter, I don't know if he's going to play. I think he had a foot. He didn't practice again. According to the injury report I saw from today's injury report. So, the time is now, guys. The time is now. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys feel as though we can pull this thing off? Do you feel as though we can win this game in Kansas City like I do? They dead last, very bottom of the barrel in creating pressure on the quarterback now. And CJ is at the top, very top, when pressure's coming at him. He's completing 60% of his passes. To me, that's that bodes very well for our ability to score points again, like Nick Caley, as long as he gets in and he can call what needs to be called and move his offense. No turnovers. Be careful with the ball, CJ. Get rid of the ball. Live to fight another play. And you got to be very sharp and methodical the way we go about it out there. Methodical in all aspects, all phases of the game, because the refs are gonna be throwing flags like boomerangs out there, man. I'm guaranteeing you. It's going to be, I can see it now, a Monday morning conversation. Oh, the refs cost the game for the Texans. A call was blown, a flag, a phantom pass interference call, throughout the whole game. Yeah, bro man. Yeah, that's what it's going to take. Bro man 7569 says, yeah, that's what it's going to take. A blast off first half, yeah. Going to come out, man. The Chiefs usually will start. It'd be the Chiefs that usually, and that's another thing. The Chiefs usually start out with some kind of big run on special team kickoff. That's how they've been doing, man. A big run or something. A kickoff return. Let's shut all that down. Have them ready to go leading out, man. None of that needs to happen. With that being said, man, again, shout out to Davis Mills, man, for what he did for us, getting us to this point, because we couldn't do it without you, Davis. We couldn't do it without you, man. Shout out to Tim Settle, as this season is over. We couldn't do it without you, bro. Yeah. Drum 7132 says time of possession and lane integrity. Yeah. You got to keep Patrick Mahomes from breaking those, 20-yard runs while you're playing man coverage. And you got your eyes on Travis Kelce. Somebody's going to have to spy that guy in big situations. I'd say on third down situations, spy on Pat. Third down situations, keep somebody, Petrie, somebody to spy on Pat. I want to say Toa, but I don't know. I don't know, man. The way he whiffed on that tackle on Baker Mayfield still don't sit right with me, man. It don't sit. I still remember. I'm still got PTSD about how he whiffed on that, because we would have won that game had he just wrapped that guy up. Would have been 8-4 right now. So lane integrity is a big one. And just go in, don't look at them as, they the former Super Bowl champs. Look at them as though They just another man across you. They just the Buffalo Bills. I think, but I honestly believe that this is how this defense sees their opponents. They're not afraid of anybody. I think they want their revenge. I think they want that stigma off their back that we can't go into KC and win a game. You know, I honestly feel as though with what we have on this defense is special than we've ever had, and then the totality of it, all the counterpart. Because J.J. Watt, he was the best of the best, but he was only one man. And yeah, he had complementary pieces, but none as complementary as them putting together a Daniil and a Will Hunter. Excuse me, a Daniil and a Will Anderson together, elite cornerbacks. We got a Kamari Lassiter could be a one on any other team. He's sitting next to the top dog in Stingley. But Kamari Lassiter could be the number one on this team if it not had been for Stingley. He's the ultimate number two, if you ask me. And the number twos get beat. He gets beat. Stingley, I think in the last, I saw a stat in the last 81, something, that dude he ain't giving up. I got to go back and look at the stats. But that guy, he ain't giving up no damn, he's not giving up no, Stingley ain't giving up nothing, man. And they were like, Stingley didn't show up. He had a quiet game. Yeah, because they weren't throwing at him. I think they threw at him one time last week. You know, I think they threw at Derek Stingley one time last week. Top cornerbacks in the league right now. You know, Stingley right now is first in interceptions, second in coverage grade. Let me put that up on so you guys can see. I'm sitting there looking at it. You guys need to see this too. You guys need to see this too. Let me go to let me put that up on the graphic for you. Look at that. Stingley is 80, top in the league on all of this stuff, man. We got some dogs, man. Yeah. Drum 71-3 says EJ Speed. Yeah, you could. I guess he's saying you could put EJ Speed on Kelce, because we're gonna need, like I say, we're gonna need somebody to handle that guy. Cause yeah, outside of Tua, you know. Because like I say, maybe the spy on EJ is fast. He's one of our faster linebackers. He could be the spy on third downs. I would have EJ in on those third downs, especially those third and longs, because some kind of combination of Azeez and EJ, because you can without a doubt believe that Patrick Mahomes is going to try to scramble, and if he don't get that scramble, and he may scramble, and guess who's going to be there waiting open? Travis Kelce's going to be there waiting open if he gets scrambled, bro. So somebody's going to have to handle. You're going to have a double. You're going to have a two. Hey, watch when the scramble play is going on. Somebody's spying on him and make that damn play, and somebody needs to be, if not even possibly, doubling Travis Kelce. This time, Drum says this time Azeez is healthy and we should keep him in coverage. Yeah, bro. Yeah, keep him on. Let him lock up Travis, man. Let them lock up Travis, man. I would only send 4. Yeah, they've been getting pressure with 3. Yeah, send 4. They got it to where they got free men because they can get pressure with 4. They can create pressure with 3, 4. We just have to be clean. Let Kansas get all the penalties because they will be overly aggressive trying to save their season. Yeah. Yes, I agree. You got a good point there. They are desperate. Their backs are against the wall, and we've never seen a Kansas City this desperate. This is the most desperate we've seen Kansas City in years. They on the verge. If they lose this game, they're on the pretty much locked out of the playoffs. They're going to go in after this. Their chances are going to drop to like 11% to 12% chance of making the playoffs. So the Chiefs are very desperate right now. Their backs are against the wall, man. let McDuffie finna get torched. Hey, we can only pray, man. But yeah, you know, with guys, we got Stingley. I hope Kamari can go. He didn't practice today. I hope he can go. I hope the brother can go. You know, we don't know, but I hope that he can go. And you know, Will, they healthy, thank God, man. You know, that most of our team is pretty much healthy, man. You know, knock on wood. You know, they take a lot out of you. Let's pray for health coming out of Kansas City during the whole game. Just be on your guard. We've already lost enough. But then again, like I say, this is a battle. This is a war. You know, to the fight to the playoffs. You're going to lose some good warriors. You're going to lose some fighters. You're going to lose some of your best players. You know, but the goal is to just keep on fighting. You're gonna lose an arm. You might lose a finger. You know, you got to keep on fighting, and that's what I believe that our Houston Texans can do. It started with the belief in this defense being that they were able to fight tooth and nail against Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think that just gave them all the confidence in the world. I think that I heard that video was shown to them the night before they played to Jacksonville. You get stuff like that happening, you know, and you'll believe, you buy in. Coach has all the way they playing. He has them 100% bought in. We got players wanting to play here. We got players wanting to play here now. You know, Simmons. You heard from the been sitting at home. I don't know why. He been sitting at home, but, you know, he wants to play here. He's verbally said, hey, I want to play for the Houston Texans. You heard Tyrann Mathieu say, hey, man, you know what? I'll come out of retirement to play for, you know, the defense that DeMeco Ryans has built, the house that DeMeco Ryans has built. You got Tyrann Mathieu saying he'll come out of here to play for this. You know, I don't know, man. If we can get these Chiefs out the way, the story is going to be the excitement, the buzz that the Texans are going to generate. Because I said on Twitter, you know, on X, aka X, you know, I said that, you know, don't show me any rankings of the Texans until after we play the Chiefs. We got to first, we beat, you know, the Jags and we beat the Titans and yada yada, but don't show me any team rankings, you know, the until after we beat somebody of substance. So we got, you know, Colts out the way. That was one team clear. Let's see where we at, and then I want to see the rankings after we beat these Chiefs, you know, after we clear the Chiefs. Because that's what, you know, we need to, that's what we're gonna take us over the top. When I can say, yeah, go ahead and move the needle at that point, you know. You know, but at the end of the day, man, we don't have you know, you got people like Justin Simmons coming out saying that he wouldn't mind playing for us. I don't know if you guys heard this, but hell, let's play a clip of it. Let's play a clip of what Justin Simmons had to say, you know, about what, you know, what he's willing to, he willing to come out and play for us, man. Let's check out a little clip of that. 1 second, let me pull it up. Close that out. We gonna shut all that down. Yeah. We're gonna shut all that down. Okay, so here go a video of what Justin had to say.
He was with Houston, and he was just like, man, you would love it there. The way that DeMeco has things going.
Listen, Tyrann was talking about going back to the Texans. It has not happened as of this yet. I'd like to see them make a Super Bowl run. Could you be the safety that ahead of Sunday Night Football? What a cute little thing. Caserio, Justin Simmons, line one, come down here and play and pick off Mahomes under the bright lights of Collinsworth and Tirico.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think it would be game changing to play for D'Amico. I've heard nothing but great things. I've talked to Kareem all the time. Kareem Jackson, obviously his last legit year of playing. I know he was on Buffalo's practice squad a year ago, but before that, he was with Houston's. He was with Houston, and he was just like, man, you would love it there. The way that D'Amico has things going, the defense is flying around. It's simple. You can play fast. That would be a dream, right? To be able to go play with Houston. Right now, there's not much talk, but that could change now that they're back in the mix and hoping to make a run. So we'll see.
Is just away from the football. But can you tell us a little bit about how he is just away from the football field as a dad?
This is Jamila Ryan's, D'Amico Ryan's wife.
The number one thing I love about him, he reminds me of my dad. I took for granted, as an adult, I realize now the sacrifice that my father made. He would come home so tired, and it didn't matter. Like, he would get down on the floor and he would play with us. And that's what Miko does. It doesn't matter how tired. It doesn't matter how mad he was at work. Whatever happened, he leaves it at work and he comes home and he's a father to my kids. He'll play with them. He'll do homework. He'll disrupt the whole bedtime routine so that he can get some time with his kids. And I'm like, okay, y'all just do what you want to do. I'm going downstairs. He's just an excellent father and he loves them. He's just so loving, and the way he teaches, it's almost like coaching. It makes me sick sometimes, but the way he teaches them, sometimes I have to tell him, this is not your football team, but he's on point. The teaching is so good and it's so relevant, and it's so loving, but it's like a coach. It's like, but
And for sons, that's so important to have from their dad.
Sons, it is so good. I mean, it's perfect for them. He's just a great guy. He's a great dad. The way he loves them is the most beautiful thing to me. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
that was coach's coach. D'Amico Ryans' wife, Jamila Ryans. Man, she's a Houston native. She's from Houston. They met at church. She says in the interview that they met at a church in Fifth Ward. I mean, how Houston can you get? You in the nickel. How more Houston can you get than that? Y'all at church in the nickel, and you stumble upon you a nice young lady, and look, history down the line, y'all married with children, and I mean, hey, listen. At the end of the day, guys, this is who I want as my leader for my team. This is who I want as my leader for my team, man. People, he's dragging. He's here go another one.
I do know this. The Texans.
Look, let me play one more clip, guys, of another prominent defensive back safety that says he will come out of retirement to come run ball with us, man. Check this out.
I do know this. The Texans. The Texans. The way the Texans play defense. Man, listen. I'll come back to play for a defense like that.
Okay, hold on. All I'm getting here, we're going to take a break, and I want to talk about Lane Kiffin, of course. All I'm getting is you're ready to come back.
Wait,
are you ready to come back?
I mean, for the right situation, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? So
people who have retired wouldn't.
I love this game, so I'm like,
Tyron wants to come back to the NFL. Let's go. This is exciting. This is huge news. This is very exciting.
Hey,
I knew
crazy.
you were not really retired.
Not really retired.
I mean, I don't believe in retiring. Frank Ragnow.
How about that, guys? You got Tyrann Mathieu, who left for the Chiefs, who's currently retired, saying that he'll come out of retirement to play for this defense, for this coach. That speaks volumes, man. Defensive players, look. Do y'all realize how beautiful that is? You've got your coach drawing in top talent. This, you know what? This defense, I predict, is going to be dominant for a long time. This team is going to take on a scary, scary defense. And I know from that aspect of it, I'm being honest with you guys, I done watched a lot of football. I've been watching football since a little bitty boy. And I know some of y'all out there been watching it longer than me. I used to watch the Oilers when I could remember. Warren Moon and Brazil and Buddy White Shoes and listen, all the tapes I've watched them, but here go the thing. With a reputation like that, with the results that you get coming here, the defense is you got, and the way that they hit, you got people that just got ADHD that just want to hit folks, want to be coached up right. D'Amico is coaching these guys up. Look at how Deion Sanders was able to attract top defensive talent, got the #1 recruit to come play for him at a HBCU where he could have went anywhere else. Places like Alabama would have taken him. Ohio State would have had him. Georgia would have had him. But he was able to go to Jackson State College because of Deion Sanders attracted that young man there. That's what's happening here in the league on the next level. You got Pro Bowlers, former Pro Bowlers, coming out to say, I want to play. You got people walking up to your players at the Pro Bowls, say, hey, I want to come play for the Texans. That's going to be a staple of this team, and it's going to be there for a long time, guys. This Texans team is going to be like the Seahawks, like the Broncos, like this defensive dominance, man. And we just going to need CJ, and CJ's only going to grow and get better. So I'm predicting that the Texans are going to win a Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now. I know that in soon, because of the fact, and hey, this ain't no fan hype or nothing like that. You got to look at the elements around you. You got to look at what's going on. You got to see what's happening around you. It's on the social medias. It's on the field. You're seeing it on tape. It's in the history. It's on the statistics. It's showing up. This defense is going to be good for a very long time. And God willing, I'm predicting. I don't like to do these type of things, but I'm predicting that this defense is going to carry us, and CJ is going to grow with this defense and just become a dominant team, man. And we're going to get us a ring, man. I'm predicting that. You hearing it live here, Real Texans Talk with your boy Blastoff, man. Hey, if that don't get you going, hey, I don't know what get you going, man. You know, if that don't get you going, I don't know what get you going. You know, that you know, I can see it. That's why I said it. I ain't here to toot my own horn, but I said it the other day with you know, with you know, with the Buffalo Bills game. Sorry, guys, I had lost my train of thought. With the Buffalo Bills game, I said, hey, these guys, I saw it. Those guys were going to win 23 to 20. That's what I predicted. And by a missed field goal on Buffalo Bills behalf, I was short that prediction. Now, who knows how else the game would have went had they got that point? But hey, being 1 point off ain't bad. I just feel it, man. I ain't no homer. I am a homer, so I ain't gonna lie. I am a homer, but this just seems different to me, man. Y'all tap in, man. Like, subscribe, man. Follow the channel, man. We gonna keep this content coming. You know, we constantly dropping videos. We're constantly dropping, you know, interviews. I'm getting the real pulse of the fans. This is Real Texans Talk, man. I'm all about, you know, what's real. We gonna keep it real here. We ain't media pundits and things of that nature. They're gonna have their own opinions. Stephen A's of the world and the Colleen Wolfs of the world, and the, you know, we respect those guys. But down here, we are those guys don't keep your team afloat. You fans across whatever team you are who keep your teams afloat. So when you come down here to Houston, you see me at the games. I will walk up. I want the true. We getting the pulse of the fan base, because we what matters the most. Because there's no teams without a fan base. Teams can't survive without a fan base, without us pumping in our resources. They don't get these infrastructures to build these the funds for the infrastructure to build these stadiums and keep these guys paid without us. So that's what matters the most. That's why this is Real Texans Talk, man. I don't know if I played this for you guys the last time, but I want to go ahead and give you an example of what this means, man. This is what this looks like. This is how this looks. This is what this looks like. You know, just getting a pulse of the city, man. You know, this is what this looks like. Check it out. Yeah, let's go, bro, man. Let's go, baby. This is what this looks like. What's your name here, bro?
My name's Steve.
All right, where you from, Steve?
I'm actually from Houston.
Huh? This is blasphemy, man. How did you end up becoming a Buffalo Bills fan, man?
Well, I played for the Buffalo Bills when I was Pee Wee football.
Okay.
And Jim Kelly paid for the Houston Gamblers.
Wow.
And when Jim Kelly went to the Bills, I just always been a Bills fan.
Right on. Hey,
Yeah.
you can't hate on that, man. So look, let me ask you this question: Are you really rooting against your city, bro? Today? Are you really rooting against 100%? So you're not a Texas fan at all?
No, not Texas.
Have you no sense of decency, sir?
Well, I admire
New Orleans a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Bills guy.
I admire your dedication, bro. But look, check this out. What do you think the outcome of the game is going to be? Honestly, bro. What do you think of the game so far?
Well, our defense is horrible. We have no secondary. We put Christian Kirk basically in the Pro Bowl today. So I don't know. I think we win. You know, Josh Allen in the fourth quarter.
So you think y'all going to be able to pull it off?
I think so.
All right, man. Well, look, I tell you what, bro. Do you have any kind of social media or anywhere they can follow you at, bro?
No, I don't. But I do root for the Rockets.
All right. Oh, well, there it is. Houston in some kind of way. Appreciate you, man. Look, God bless you, man. Enjoy the rest of the game. Good luck, but not too much good luck, man. I'm ashamed of you, man. Hey, man, y'all stay tapped in. We're coming with more interviews. The game just kicked back off. We're going to go ahead and catch some more footage. We got some great footage, some great clips of the game, man, some exclusive clips. Y'all stay tuned, man. Blastoff, Real Texas Talk, coming back live. Hey, guys, that's what it's about. This is what, you know, I believe is important. You know, now that guy, he was a weirdo. being a Buffalo Bills fan, but he's from H-Town. But guess what? You know what? We got to get it because, hey, people want to play around with Buffalo. I don't know. Have they won anything yet? I don't know. But, that's what happens when your teams are mediocre. You say he's a Rockets fan. I'm sure he's an Astros fan. But the Texans, let's bring him on board, man. I'm going to catch up with that guy. And we're going to see if next time I catch him, is he rocking a Houston Texans jersey, man, because I caught a couple of those guys at the game, at the Buffalo Bills game. Quite a few, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 fans. I can't even count that were Houston natives, but we're fans of the Buffalo Bills. At the end of the day, man, I'm gonna go back into it. We're gonna wrap this thing up, man, before long. But the thank you to Davis Mills. This defense is playing at a historical level, especially for this team's records. And I think they're saying you had to go back to like 2009 to find a defense that even played like this, the Jets. But I think we have a better quarterback and a better offensive players. How sweet it is. I mean, Joe Mixon's down. Tank Dell's down. Brevin Jordan's down. We just lost Tim Settle. Lost our rookie safety. Losses across the board, and we still fighting. This defense was built with crazy amounts of depth, and that's a testament. We're not just we panicking because we lost Tim Settle. Yeah, he was a big piece, but we got other guys that can play. Danico Autry, the field goal block king. Hey, he wasn't at practice today, but hopefully it was just a rest day. I don't know what kind of rest he needed, but hey, I'm not the coach. I'm not the player. But everything's right in front of us, man. This is the time now. I don't believe that this team believes that it's next year or that they can't get. The way they're playing? Do you believe that they can do it next year? They're trying to do it now. They're trying to do it now. They want it now. Everybody's here on board. They're buying in. They see what they down now. The record shows that they down. They fighting the whole league with a fractured shoulder. They steady knocking them out. They steady knocking them out. Jags, boom. Titans, boom. Bills, boom. Colts, boom. They dropping them. One arm, boom. Hey, they getting their stride back. The more games they get above, they shit starting to straighten out. They shoulder straightening it out. They can throw a jab. They can throw a hook now. They ain't gonna need that hook because you're gonna need that hook to. You can't whoop Mike Tyson with one arm. That's a champion. You can't whoop, Muhammad Ali with one arm. You can't whoop Terrence Bud Crawford. You can't whoop Canelo with one arm. So they just now getting themselves right. They catching a hobbled. They catching a hobbled Mike Tyson, who's still Mike Tyson. Texans are Buster Douglas right now. Texans are Buster Douglas, and the Chiefs are Mike Tyson. And remember what happened when Buster Douglas won, that he wasn't expected to win. Nobody picked him to win. But he had something to fight for. He had something that was bigger than him than what everybody else had to say. So that's what's going on here, guys, in comparative for a metaphor. But Texans, Chiefs, Sunday night. We got everything in front of us. The Chiefs 6-6 coming into this game. They desperate. We got everything to every piece we need. We got every piece we need to beat these guys now. We catching them at the right time. Hey, they caught us at the right time. Let's go ahead and take them out, guys. Your boy Blastoff, Real Texans Talk, man. I appreciate everybody who's been following, who's been showing support, man. The channel has grown, man. I appreciate it, man. The channel has grown over 1,200. Last I talked, I think I was trying to get to 1,000. We had 1,500 right now currently, man. I appreciate all the support, man, that's been coming in for this channel, man. Y'all be able to follow your boy. If you're on Twitter at Blastoff_ENT. If you're on Instagram at Blastoff_entertainment. If you want to shout out, if you want to come on, man, we're going to have these call-in sessions. where you can call in and hey, man, when you see that, just call in, man. We're gonna do this after the game, man. So Sunday night, we're gonna have a call in right immediately following the game. I'm gonna be hyped up regardless win or lose. We're gonna have a session where you guys just reach out immediately following the game Sunday night. If you're up at that night, come tap in with your boy and throw your 2 cents in. Hopefully we having that conversation of a lifetime, man. But y'all be able to like and subscribe, man. Follow the channel, man. Again, shout out to the contest winner, bro, man. He won the tickets to go see the Arizona Cardinals. December the 14th, man. He did everything he was supposed to do, and that's what I'm doing. That's what this is about, man. We constantly giving away games and merchandise and things like that. So just be sure to follow, man, and follow in the community, the Blastoff ENT community on YouTube, man. Thank you guys again, man, for tapping in. Texans got everything we need right in front of us. It's not going to be hard to win this game, man. I think that I'm gonna go with a prediction. That I guess I'll offer it up now. I would like to wait until Sunday morning or tomorrow to do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and it's gonna be hard. This is a hard one because it's the Chiefs, but I think I'm gonna go with they desperate. The Chiefs are desperate right now, but man, it's so hard to say this. But I'm going to go a crazy prediction, man. I predict that this offense wakes up even more. And that I think that the Texans can beat the Chiefs 28-19. I'm going 28-19, guys. 28-19, Texans go and run the Chiefs out of the playoffs, run the Chiefs, get their revenge back for what they did to Shaq Mason, for what they did to Tank Dell, for what the refs did to the whole team. Don't call me crazy. Call me Blastoff. Your boy Daryl, Blastoff. Real Texans Talk, man. You've been live, man. I appreciate all y'all that tapped in with your boy, man. Again, we'll be back Sunday night following the game for a live session for those that want to call in, chat, talk in, man. Whatever you want to do, man. Let's get this thing pumped. I know they believe, so you should believe. H-Town, stand up, baby. Real Texans Talk.